And here we go, yet another training camp practice under the belt of the Houston Texans, another practice in the books. And with that being said, we have so much news, notes, highlights, observations to talk about from today's practice. And we're going to break down guys who got starting reps with the team, players who maybe missed practice today, got a veteran day off, and more importantly, guys who are just standing out and positioning themselves potentially break out in 2024. Now, before we jump in, like we always do, I want to give a big shout out to all of the Texans media members out there who, again, they work so hard each and every single day to get these highlights out for us, kind of enabling us to make these videos. And if I'm being honest, without them, these videos are not possible to make. I guarantee you, if you guys go right now and follow them on X, if you have it, you are going to instantly love the content that they bring to you guys. It's going to be instant news and highlights from every single practice before I can even post the videos. So go do that if you guys want to. You're going to see 3 at the top left of your screen. Go follow them if you haven't already done so. With that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk a little bit about practice. CJ Henderson was one guy who wasn't at practice today. I've been very excited to see, what he could do over here in Houston, being a top 10 pick, a few years ago, especially with DeMeco Ryans, seeing what he has done with some of the DBs on his team, including Derek Stingley, right? I thought CJ Henderson was a guy who could really come over here and kind of turn into that former first-round pick that we all thought he could be, right? But did not practice today. We also have Christian Harris, who is also not practicing with the team. And then we got to some one-on-ones. One-on-ones were sick today. The amount of guys that you have competing for spots here are really, it's a lot, right? You obviously have, Kamari Lassiter trying to be a starter. You have Jeff Okudah, Miles Bryant. You have Chris Boyd. You have a guy like D'Angelo Ross, Lonnie Johnson. So there's so many guys over here really competing. And today was another one of those days. We had Tank Dell one-on-one versus Jalen Petrie. And guys, let me tell you, there will be a highlight in this video that you can see. But Tank Dell dominated Jalen Petrie, using his speed, the athleticism to go right by him for a massive touchdown in one-on-ones. So that was something to see. We also saw Stefon Diggs, man. And Diggs is such a good practice player. He gets the vibe up. He gets the aura up. Everyone loves being around Stefon Diggs, including the fans as well. He had a one-handed catch in the rain on a fade ball for a touchdown. Dude is getting hyped. He is ready to just compete in practice. Make sure that everyone is playing at their very best, because if you're not, you're going to get cooked every single time by Stefon Diggs. So just seeing him fired up, seeing him, get the crowd going, getting his teammates going, it's really fun to see. And he's been a really good pickup for them so far during training camp. Forgot to say, Will Anderson was not practicing today. Seems like he was just getting a day off. He's been someone who's been dominating almost every single practice, forcing pressure on CJ Stroud. Today they gave him the day off. Doesn't seem like it's anything bad. I don't think it's an injury or anything like that, but he did get the, I don't want to say veteran day off, because it's going into his second season, but I'll tell you what, the dude plays like he's been in the league 8 years right now. So maybe it is just a veteran day off for Will Anderson. Now, before we get any further into some more of the practice, make sure you guys do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we will be covering, the Texans throughout the remainder of camp. Not only camp, but preseason, regular season, everything you could think of. We've got you guys covered, from analysis to practice, highlights and takeaways to in-game film breakdown. Make sure you guys join the family. Again, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. And if 3 weeks from now you're like, okay, I want to unsubscribe, you can, right? It doesn't really do anything. So make sure you guys join the family. And with that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video a little bit. So we got into team drills. Kamari Lassiter had a really nice pass broken up to Nico Collins, which whenever the ball's thrown Nico Collins' way, it's usually a catch. So the fact that Kamari Lassiter was able to come in here, get a nice little PBU versus Nico Collins, just shows how good Kamari Lassiter is and how good he can be in the future. As a rookie right now, I am pumped for Kamari Lassiter and the opportunity that he is getting as a rookie already. We also saw an interception today. Derek Stingley having an amazing camp. Probably one of the best players at camp so far this year. Has been a consistent Derek Stingley. I mean, he broke out a little bit last year and looking to break out again this year, man. He's been good, getting another interception during practice and, really, took apart in celebrating, making sure that the offense knew, hey, I'm here, man. I'm here. Don't test me. So he got to celebrate a little bit. Miles Bryant came in, delivered a nice little punch in the ball for a fumble recovery, or he forced a fumble, and then got a fumble recovery as well. So shout out to Miles Bryant, the former New England Patriot cornerback. Definitely make some big-time plays in practice today. And then we had a little bit of a scare. Probably the biggest scare of Texans training camp, or entire offseason, I guess you could say. There was a play where, they got pressure on the quarterback, and someone, I don't really know who it was specifically, but someone stepped on CJ Stroud's foot. He walked off limping at first. Nobody really knew what happened. Looked like he was in pain, and, people started to panic a little bit, right? Understandably, but he was okay, right? He was in pain, but stayed in, kept throwing the ball, kept, doing practice, and is just the ultimate dog and leader. You can see CJ Stroud is just, he's a different breed. He's a different animal out there, and, shout out to him. Looks like he's okay, but that was a little bit of a scare. Also, they brought in a defensive tackle this year, Fatu Kasi, right? Foley Fatu Kasi to be exact. He is someone the Texans and D'Amico Ryans are, dude, they believe this dude's going to be a day one impactful player, and so far during camp, he's been exactly that. I mean, especially that you pair him up with Will Anderson and you pair him up with Danielle Hunter, right? He's going to look even better because less double teams. He's going to be able to get one-on-one matchups and probably the favorable matchup as well. So he's been able to really dominate during camp. He's been playing really, really good, getting pressure on the quarterback, and that has been vital for their defense so far. We've also seen a lot of trick plays. Stefon Diggs getting a quarterback play, trying to get John Mechie down the field, but Jimmy Ward came in with the PBU. Speaking of John Mechie, he has been different. He has been so good, and the versatility that this team has in the wide receiver room is just different. John Mechie could probably be a starter on other teams right now because this training camp, he has looked 10 times better than he was last year. John Mechie's in for a big year. I don't know how much he's going to play in games, but if he does, I guarantee you he will be a threat. And now we had another period during, day 4. CJ Stroud hit Stefon Diggs on third down, and then hit, on the third play. CJ Stroud hit Diggs on the fourth play. Then we had a play action of Brevin Jordan for a good gain, and then he hit Tank for another 15-yard gain. So nice 4 back-to-back plays for CJ Stroud. But listen, these practices are going to only ramp up from here, man. They're only going to get more intense from here. So don't you guys worry. Things are just getting started here in Houston. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next Houston Texans update. Peace.